Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this video will go through the CN analysis on the Hex chest gear. So if you didn't watch my previous video, in that video I said that the CN version of the game does not have the Destiny set activation. So whether or not you want to keep the 5-piece class set or go with the 3-piece Hex chest gear set is up to you, and you'll need to test it out because there are no testing on the CN side because the CN server does not have the Destiny set activation, so they did not have the chance to combine the Hex chest gear with the class set gear. So without further ado, let's get into the CN analysis. So as you can see over here, this says is that this is the Mighty Chariot set. So this says it's recommended to use the helmet, it's recommended to use the breastplate, and it's recommended to use the gloves for the Mighty Chariot. What they do not recommend is they do not recommend the pants, and they do not recommend the shoes, so the boots. What they do recommend is you to use the 3 set of the Mighty Chariot, being the helmet, breastplate, and the gloves, in conjunction with the Unforgiving set, being the pants and the boots. So in conclusion, for the Mighty Chariot, you want the helmet, breastplate, gloves, and then the Unforgiving pants and the Unforgiving boots. So also take into account that because the Unforgiving pants gives attribute element attack infusion, you should not use the element infusion insignia. You should use the either, I think it's called Barbina, so the attack percentage insignia on the weapon, or some crit damage or anything like that. So that will be this Mighty Chariot, and because this Mighty Chariot has a lot of crit rate and crit damage, you might want to balance your stats out with more crit damage without overcapping on crit rate, unless you're using the Tatsumaki, which you have around 10% more leeway for the crit rate to not be overcapped. So that's the Mighty Chariot. And for those who wants to use the Knight Calvary, they also recommend the Knight Calvary helmets, the Knight Calvary breastplate, and the Knight Calvary gloves. But they recommend the Mighty Chariot pants, mainly because the Mighty Chariot pants gives some crit rate and it's not that bad. But they do recommend the Unforgiving boots for this set because the Unforgiving boots is really strong with the increased depth shred and also the pen. The Mighty Chariot pants, at first I thought it's very good, but apparently from some global version testing and also some CN analysis, the pants is actually not that great. That is why for the Mighty Chariot's recommendation, they also do not recommend the Mighty Chariot pants. And also here, they only recommend the Mighty Chariot pants because they want to have more crit rate. So as you can see here, it says 这套还是比较缺爆率, which means that this entire set is missing a lot of crit rate, which is why they recommend using the Mighty Chariot pants. So that will be the Knight Calvary set. So you want the Knight Calvary helmet, breastplate, gloves, and then the Mighty Chariot pants, and then the Unforgiving boots. So for the Unforgiving set, they have a lot of different combinations. So they recommend the Unforgiving breastplate, the Unforgiving gloves, the Unforgiving pants, and the Unforgiving boots. So it depends on your build, and some combinations of build is also viable, but they do not recommend the helmets. For the other pieces, you can use so for example, you can use the breastplate for the Unforgiving, the gloves for the Unforgiving, and the pants for the Unforgiving. The boots for the Unforgiving, and then you can go for the Mighty Chariot helmets and then the Mighty Chariot pants. But keep in mind that if you do this, because you're not using the Unforgiving pants, you should use an attribute element infusion insignia. But if you do use, for example, if I just think here, if you for example use the Unforgiving boots, the Unforgiving pants, and the Unforgiving helmet, then you can opt to use the Calvary gloves, and then the Mighty Chariot maybe helmet, and or the Night Calvary helmets, and you will still have the Night Calvary pants for the element infusion, which means that you do not need to use the element infusion insignia on the weapon. So yeah, so in conclusion, what this means is that they recommend using the Night Calvary, the Unforgiving breastplate, the Unforgiving gloves, the Unforgiving pants, and the Unforgiving shoes. And for this Unforgiving set specifically, depending on what combination you choose, they recommend using the Mighty Chariot helmet, the Mighty Chariot pants, and the Night Calvary breastplate, the Night Calvary gloves, and the Night Calvary helmet. So it depends if your class has lots of frequency of attacks. If they do, then they recommend the Night Calvary sets, the Night Calvary pieces. If your class does not have a lot of attacks, frequency of attacks, then they recommend the Mighty Chariot. So yeah, that's about it for this video. I hope you liked it. And if I can find more sources for CN analysis, I will do it. But for the meantime, this is the only one that I find significant and useful for the community. So yeah, I'll see you on the next one.